Team Liquid lost a best-of-3 to a Tier 3 team, Blast Bounty bracket is out, Simple's new team is already looking for a new player, IEM Cologne playoffs results, and much more. Hello there friends, this is CS2 News Hub. Without further ado, let's get straight to it. We shall kick things off by confirming some recent rumors. As we previously reported, the former NAVI junior roster couldn't reach a deal with Cloud9, and that opened the door for FUT Esports to step in. And a step in they did. The Turkish org has officially signed a new lineup featuring 4 ex-NAVI junior players alongside with Masuta, who was already part of the team. Their Tier 1 debut is coming up soon at Blast Bounty, where they will face off against BHOP. Team Liquid hit rock bottom again, because they lost to Virtus.pro's academy team, VP.Prodigy. These two teams clashed at the RAS Showdown 2 Blast Rising, essentially a qualifier for Blast Open London, and Liquid somehow managed to lose to the academy squad. It all started with a shocking loss on Dust 2, where Liquid dropped the first half 3-9 and then never recovered. Things looked better on Mirage, where Twist and the crew stomped with a 13-2 win, evening the series. But then came the decider, Nuke, a neck-and-neck first half, and a neck-and-neck second half. So it was 6-6 and 6-6 and overtimes, and that's where VP.Prodigy came out on top. Keep in mind that Virtus.pro are ranked number 83 on HLTV and even don't appear in Valve's rankings. As of now, Liquid's win rate over the past 3 months is just 23%. Their only notable wins were against FaZe Clan, who were with Skulls and Simple as stand-ins, and FlyQuest together with Pain. And they lost to Virtus.pro Prodigy, Sashi and Lin Vision throughout this time. And to make it worse, Liquid didn't even make any roster changes this off-season, sticking with the same lineup. Okay, besides a coaching change. Although guys, I gotta be honest with you, at least someone with this org is winning. Magnus Carlsen just secured a title for Liquid in chess at the Esports World Cup, but in CS? Not so much. Before we move on to the next news, let me tell you about CSGO Fast, as they're turning 10 years. CSGO Fast is the oldest and most trusted website in the history of CS skin games. Feel like Gaben is unfair to you? On CSGO Fast you can open tons of profitable cases and pull that dream skin you've always wanted. They've got a huge variety of games, including intense case battles. You can even invite a friend and win together. Surely you all love raffles. CSGO Fast runs free raffles every 6 hours, giving away skins to random participants. Plus, they regularly host special events. Right now is their 10-year anniversary, just look at the prizes up for grabs. And if you're a true CS veteran, you already know the community has trusted CSGO Fast for years. That's why they have a loyalty system for regular users and a ranking system with extra bonuses. Do I even need to mention skin prices? You already know they're awesome. And if you don't want to deposit, no problem, you can always use the referral system to earn points. Use promo code CSGO News Live to get plus 10% to your deposit and a free case. The link will be in the pinned comment. One team that clearly doesn't want to follow in Liquid's footsteps is BCG. According to reports, the current lineup isn't here to stay. Changes are coming pretty soon. Right now, they're actively searching for a skilled rifler to replace cacanito. No word yet on who will take the Macedonians' place, but one thing's clear. BCG are building around Simple. That said, it's a bit surprising, especially considering earlier rumors suggesting Simple might not be sticking around for long. Speaking of Simple, at IEM Cologne, several pros were asked the age-old question: who's the GOAT, Simple or Zywoo'S? Here comes the shocking results. It's a perfect tie. 9 votes for Simple and 9 for Zywoo'S. Team Simple included Ash from Gamer Legion, Gravity from 3D Max, Hattrick, Grim, Lige, Ens, Sertion, Flit, and Young Star. Team Zywoo'S had Device, QB from BIG, Fallen, Twist, Shush, G, Biguzera, Alexi B, and Brolan. And then there was Shiro, ever the wild card, who gave his vote to the GOAT sitting right next to him, Donk. So guys, tell us in the comments below who is your GOAT, or should they even differ from CSGO and CS2? Well, let's discuss. You know friends, apparently Donk might not be as unstoppable as people think. because in a recent 1v1 on Dust 2, he actually lost to none other than hally, the coach of Team Spirit. Surely Donk was casually scrolling through TikTok mid-game, but a loss is a loss. And you know what? It's not the first time hally flexes his mechanics either. The Dragons' coach is known for not only out-calling, but out-fragging his opponents. He previously beat Overdrive in a 1v1 on Nuke. And by the way, Overdrive himself claimed that on Nuke, not even Donk and Zywoo'S could be able to take down hally, even if they played at full power. Coach buff confirmed. Now, my friends, let's talk about the upcoming Blast Bounty, where teams don't just get seeded, they pick their opponents. So the draft brought some spicy pairings right off the bat. MIBR chose Virtus.Pro, Ninjas in Pyjamas went for Pain, Complexity picked Heroic, Fnatic Legacy, Ecstatic Liquid, FUT Bait, Nemega G2, TNL Navi, FlyQuest Aurora, Rare Atom Astralis, ENZ the Mongol, BIG FURIA, Passion UA Spirit, BB Team FaZe Clan, OG MOUZ. But the worst luck went to Energy. They had to pick the last and, well, ended up facing Vitality. And, well, they summed it up perfectly on Twitter. A hydrogen bomb versus a coughing baby. And honestly, hard to argue. And by the way, guys, staying on topic of Blast, Aurora had decided to officially withdraw from the upcoming Blast Open London. According to their statement, the decision comes down to a packed tournament schedule. It's worth noting that the team already played with a stand-in at IEM Cologne due to Centaurus missing the event for family reasons. And on top of that, Major has previously hinted that he plans to retire after this season. So it all basically seems like tough times for the team. But hey guys, it's not all bad news, because Valve actually listened to the community's outcry and brought bunnyhopping back to the game. Of course, in true Valve fashion, they did it their own way. Now, bunnyhopping is even faster, but it comes at a cost. Some players are experiencing noticeable FPS drops. No one knows when or if Valve will fix it, but for now, bunnyhop away, gamers! And now, as we shift focus to IEM Cologne, it's worth highlighting HLTV's recently published tier list of roster moves among teams attending the event. At the very bottom we see Senpaias, the new opper for G2. According to HLTV's editors, the Spaniard has been nothing short of disappointing, and both in stats and overall impact. Despite joining with his former coach and entering a mostly stable roster, Senpaias seems completely lost on maps. Maybe the pressure of replacing m0NESY is getting to him, or maybe he's just fading out of form entirely. Slightly better but still underwhelming are Zywoo'S from Team Spirit and Flashy, the coach of Team Liquid. I mean, expectations were high for Zywoo'S to bring aggression to the roster, but so far he hasn't even managed to fill Magic's shoes, and he's got a lot of work to do. Decent but unremarkable performances came from Mattis and Makazi. Both riflers show promise, but nothing jaw-dropping just yet. In the solid picks category we see JKS, who continues to deliver even while holding down anchor roles, and Saw, the new coach of G2, who has done a solid job adapting Hunter, obviously to the new IGL role. And you know what, overall G2 look more stable than with Taz. And the top tier signings are Kaspersky, who nearly took Ninjas in Pyjamas to playoffs after pushing Navi to the edge, and Kiyosuke, who straight up carried Falcons on his back. So, my friends, what do you think about the season's reshuffle moves? Tell us in the comments below. Now, my friends, let's get to the main event, the IEM Cologne playoffs. Quick note, the playoffs are being played on the previous patch, so don't expect the reworked Inferno, Overpass or Train. It's the old school map pool, for now. The playoffs kicked off with Navi taking on the MongolZ, and things started on Navi's pick, Inferno, and they came out strong, securing the first 3 rounds, but but once the Mongols got their economy back, they went on a tear, taking 6 rounds in a row. The first half ended 8-4 in favor of the Mongolian squad. And MongolZ looked grim. He died 8 times trying to open sights, and it was so sad to watch. The second half started just as rough for NAVI, but they slowly clawed their way back. MongolZ stepped up big time, helping tie things up. He was the one to push the map to overtimes. Oh, and it was a brawl. Both teams traded rounds, and the match extended to second overtimes, and then to third overtimes, where Wonderful together with MongolZ finally slammed the door shut. Then came Ancient, MongolZ's pick, and it wasn't even close. NAVI absolutely destroyed them, 11-1 in the first half. MongolZ was shining like a star. Even a cheeky knife from Blitz couldn't save it. Final score 2-0 to NAVI, and the Mongols leave the tournament. The second quarterfinal saw MOUZ take on FURIA, and the series delivered everything: clutches, comebacks, and heartbreak. Map 1 Train, FURIA's pick, and here MOUZ started strong on the city side, locking down the map for a 6-2 lead. Then FURIA rallied with a 3-round streak, nearly evening things out, but MOUZ still edged ahead, 7-5 at the half. After the side switch, MOUZ tightened their grip, pushing the score to 11-5. But that's when MongolZ showed up. Big plays, key entries. He dragged FURIA back into it. First to overtimes, then to second overtimes. But although, in the end, MOUZ closed it out and took Train the hard way. On map 2, MOUZ came out firing, 4-0, but FURIA quickly stabilized and brought it back to a close fight. Still, MOUZ managed to take the half 7-5, just as on previous map. But the second half? All FURIA. They won 5 straight, shut down MOUZ's comeback, and secured the map to force a decider on Inferno. And this one had it all, but also had a pattern. FURIA started off hot, but by halftime it was once again 7-5 to MOUZ. Second half, FURIA locked in 6 rounds in a row on defense. It looked done and dusted. But MOUZ refused to fold. An epic comeback saw them win 6 rounds straight, close out the map, and send FURIA packing. Another playoff run for the new Brazilian international squad, and another exit before the semifinals. But I gotta be honest with you, friends, MongolZ continues to impress, proving once again that he's worthy a successor to Fallen, who is expected to finish his career pretty soon. Now let's get to semifinals, and the first one was NAVI versus Team Spirit, the battle for the spot in the grand finals of IEM Cologne. And you know what? Things started off rough for Team Spirit. Mirage, NAVI's map pick, turned into a nightmare. The Dragons were 1-7 down before they could even wake up. But then they finally locked in, stringing together 4 rounds in a row and eventually tying things up to 7-7 after the side switch. But NAVI weren't just gonna let the game slip. They grabbed 2 quick rounds and pulled themselves ahead, but then, well, Donk happened.
A little late support from short, takes one of the dome, and it's Donk entries all day!
Yeah.
NAVI is suddenly interested in 3-on-5! Ema pulling them back in!
Moving in, Ema with the clear,
Oh,
Donk
God.
hits another headshot.
I don't have to tell you to watch this guy at ramp! There's the lineup, Donk's on for the ace! All 5! The Prince of Darkness!
He dropped a massive ace, turning the tide completely and pushing Spirit all the way to map point. NAVI tried to hang on, but they crumbled in a 3v4 in the final round. Despite the rocky start, Spirit clutched up and took Mirage.
Holding! Missed shot, now it connects! Seconds the difference! Zero plugging in the numbers! Can he even deny? No, he won't be able to stop this! Has to play the 1v2!
Next up was Nukes, Spirit's pick, but once again it was NAVI who came out swinging. Total domination right from the jump. They stormed to 7-1 and then, well, no comeback. The half ended 10-2. And after the switch, NAVI extended their lead to 12-2. It was almost done. Spirit tried to get something going on CT side, but NAVI didn't let them back in. And it was MongolZ to close the map.
In quantity, they're holding it. MongolZ quick on the trigger. Is he ready for Donk? Tucked in under the sight.
Oh,
look
no.
at his kill.
Oh,
He's
no.
all away.
Oh, no.
MongolZ hits a blinder. Heaven sent is this guy. He's ready for the scale. Flick
No.
back up. MongolZ. A staggering comeback from Spirit. And this defuse being held. MongolZ counting down as he brings it home for NAVI.
Which meant it all came down to Ancient, the decider. And you know what, friends? Surprisingly, Spirit looked way more confident than NAVI. They just took control early and closed out the half 10-2. They even showed some mercy to NAVI by giving up the last 2 rounds. And, well, NAVI did try to fight back and beat, even pulled off a nice 1v2 clutch, but it wasn't enough. Spirit just closed it out and pushed their way to the finals, while NAVI, well, it's time to pack up. Although, honestly, for a team that had reshuffles and a new member on the team, they did pretty well. And, well, the second semifinal was the clash between MOUZ and Vitality, and I gotta be honest, guys, it was wild. By all means. It started on Mirage, MOUZ's map pick. At first it looked like it would be an easy ride for Vitality, just as always. They kicked things off with a 5-0 lead and extended to 8-4, which promised a solid finish to the half. But after the side switch, things went downhill fast. Vitality barely managed to take a single round on the T side and ended up giving away the comeback to MOUZ in embarrassing fashion. The most surprising part was Zywoo'S, who looked like he was playing at half speed. He did his worst map since HLTV ever introduced rating 2.1. He finished Mirage with just 0.52. Next up was Train, Vitality's pick, but things didn't get much better. They started well, okay, they won both the pistol and the force buy. But as soon as the first full buy came around, MOUZ just stepped up and took 3 in a row. Although Vitality responded with a 3 of their own. But it wasn't enough. By the end of the first half, MOUZ grabbed 4 more rounds and finished it with a comfortable lead. After the side switch, MOUZ's dominance continued. Even though they lost the pistol round, they bounced back with a 5-round streak, reaching the match point and then easily shutting down Vitality with a clean 2-0 victory.
Called into question. Just robs the fall and they've done it. It seemed impossible.
And with this loss, Vitality's legendary 37-match best-of-3 win streak came to an end. It was also their first loss in this kind of matchup in 191 days. And it also means that they've missed their shot at a second Grand Slam this year. And you know what? It's hard to point out just one reason. Zywoo'S underperformed on the first map, and on the second, FlameZ managed to do only 1 frag. Total. But at least Vitality's streak of 7 best-of-5 finals in a row is still active. The players reacted quickly after the match. Apex admitted it was just a terrible day and called it a major loss, both for him personally and for the whole org. Meanwhile, Rob said there was a lot of tough moments where the team struggled to keep their composure. In the end, the iconic streak is broken and MOUZ are thrilled. They finally overcome their and, well, everybody's kryptonite. And I mean, look at Torji, how happy he is.
Oh my god, guys, you are so fucking amazing. Yeah, it feels amazing. It was a really good game by us. I'm really proud of the boys.
If MOUZ wins this Cologne, and they have real chances, I have to be honest, Torji will definitely become the MVP, at least in my own eyes. And my friends, that's all for today. What a crazy day of IEM Cologne. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button to follow the channel and drop by in the comments below. Although I'm not saying goodbye for a long time. See you soon.